Well, hello everybody and Merry Christmas, and welcome back to a short segment from the radio shop. Now I just had to show this here. I went to work today, and my boss he's a very creative young guy, and he uses a lot of these mugs. You know, it's a Yeti style mug, but it's the Arctic brand. And he does a little bit of decal work, and he come up with this and gave this to me. And you know, just basically says the radio shop, has a soldering iron on it, a microphone with my call sign in it. And I just thought that was very ingenious. You know, you get a lot of presents from people, but you know, something like this, you can tell that when someone takes the time to do something like this, it's from the heart. It's not just something, I'm going to throw this together, but you can tell, you know, something like this is from the heart, and it's great. Now, I drink a lot of coffee, so this will be my new mug to use in the shop, and I really appreciate that. Like I say, he did a wonderful job in it. And that's why I kind of had it as the splash screen at the beginning of the video. But we're going to look at a couple of things that we've got in here in the last couple of weeks, and we'll get right on into the video. And at the end of this video, we're going to have a little giveaway for you. And we have a package from Randall out of Winston, South Carolina. Let's pop this open and see what Randall has sent in. I think I have a feeling I know what this is. We'll check it out and see. Yep, exactly what I thought. He goes by a different name in his email. You can see we have a big old cable with some connectors on it. And inside here we have the remote control head for our Yaesu FT747GX. Now, you know, I have one of these up here on the bench that I use as a test radio. So it'll be so nice to be able to move this thing down and have this head so I can get to it a lot easier. Thank you very much, Randy. This will definitely come in very handy for our bench radio. You might even take it mobile now. So, you know, as I'm sitting here thinking about this right here, I'm thinking, you know, yeah, I could go ahead and build the other part that I need. I mean, the only thing you got to have is the male connector and a bunch of plugs wired to it to, when you remove the faceplate from the Yaesu, you just plug everything back into it from that connector. So, you know, it's real easy to do. But something else I'm thinking about, this is also would make a great test fixture, not for working on just a 747, but with 4 other radios. I could wire this into another connector and put it on a breakout board with maybe a couple of breadboards attached to it. So when I'm working on any kind of HF rig and I need to you know, encode a function or a push button or whatever, you know, that this whole head could control that function just by putting it on a breadboard. So that's another possibility with that. Randy, thanks. Just, you know, I'm sitting here thinking, and yeah, this could be a lot of uses for that. I've seen times before when I would be working on something and have a problem in the front end of the radio and grab another radio, not even the same brand, and unplug it and run jumper wires over to it just for testing something. So yeah, this might be a good candidate to do that with also. Alright, we got another package here. This came from my good friend Dale up in Ohio. Let's give it an open up and see what we got here. Dale sent me an email, said he was sending this in. We'll have a look at it and see. Okay, we got a note. It's B&K. I've seen one of these before. I used to have one of these on my bench when I worked with E.F. Johnson many years ago. What we got here is a B&K function sweep generator. It's the model 3025. So this little B&K is not a bad little function generator, as you can see up here on the scope. I hope you can see it. We can see we're doing a square wave and sine wave, triangle wave, so it seems to be working good. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with this right here. Since Dale was nice enough to send this to us and send a note and said maybe this might make a good unit for a giveaway, and that's what I'm going to do. So if you decide you want this here, I know there'll probably be a lot of comments in this video on stuff that we're covering in it, but if you decide you want this at the beginning of your post, if you're just making a general comment at the beginning of your post, put in there "and a giveaway," and then followed by your whatever you wanted to say. That's if you want the function generator, and I will ship this anywhere in the United States. If you're outside of the United States and you still want it, I will pay shipping in the United States. Outside the United States, you're responsible for the shipping and fees and charges or whatever. So there you go. We'll give this thing away and let someone that needs it take a stab on it. So go ahead, like I say, just enter a giveaway and then type your comment, whatever you want to comment on. So there you go. And we do have one more item here, and this is not something that was sent in to me. This is actually something I ordered myself, and I ordered it on a Friday and received it on a Monday, and I haven't even had time to really play with it a lot yet, so that's why it's out of the package. I did made a comment on the website that once you open this up and take it out, if you could ever get it all back in this little box, and as you can see, it didn't go back in there. But what I ordered is for another project that we're working on, and we just may have found a solution for that. It's kind of mixing old school technology with new school technology, and what we have here is the Arduino Uno. Now I know these things have been out a long time, but I'm gonna go ahead and be honest with you. I have never ever had my hands on one, so I know very little about this device. And you see we have our standard Arduino Uno, and we have a little shield that goes on top, and this is made to do all kinds of different things. You've got a cable that can plug into it and plugs into another board. So what we're looking at this is using this system to program our ROM boards in our IC ICOM 745. I mean, it looks like we're going to probably be using this to program the RAM boards out of the ICOM IC 745, and it shouldn't be too hard to do from what I'm being told. Like I say, I don't know. I've never used an Arduino. Couldn't tell you a whole lot about it, but you know, I got pick kicks and I got AVR programmers and stuff, but should be a fun little project with that. But lots of things you can do. I mean, one of the first things I done was put the program in, looked at the program to blink the LED, and I just used the onboard LED to do that with, and that was very simple to do, not hard at all. But you know, you got switches, and I'm sorry, so I can keep hearing the computer doing something. A few different boards and joysticks and stuff. I'm not going to unpackage all this stuff right now. There's the other board I was telling you about, but got a couple of LEDs. There's a 4-segment, a single segment, and like a dot matrix away. A couple of potentiometers, servo motor, basically conducting crystal display. A few resistors, stepper motor, lots of cabling to connect things. Came with some pin headers, a remote control. That's interesting. Holds a 9-volt battery. This is so you can power the Arduino if you're running on a project to test. You don't have to have the computer. When you plug this in the computer, it powers it, but you can go with external power. And a little small breadboard. Got a bigger solderless breadboard. Bunch of multicolored LEDs. And a few passive components. A couple of IC chips, capacitor, temperature sensor. Not sure what that is. Like a piezo buzzer. So yeah, but that's what we're planning on doing here, is taking this, and a couple of guys on the EEVBlog forum that are working on this also, and one guy's working on building the well, not building, but creating the sketch to go into hopefully read and write to the RAM board, and the Arduino should do it with no problems. There'll be just enough pins on it to take care of that. So yeah, something else for me to learn how to do. Okay, we got this big super heavy package here that came in today, and this is from our friend Mel down in around the New Orleans area, Louisiana. And we all know Mel. He sent in some great things in before, but he sent something in to me just in time for Christmas. So let me go ahead and get this thing unboxed, and I'm gonna tell you, it is super heavy. So we'll go ahead and get it out of the box and see what we have. Well, I got the box open, and inside that box is another huge box. So the packing job is extra great, and it looks like it was packed directly by eBay. It has the eBay stickers on it. Very interesting. So I'll now get the other box open. So 3 boxes, and finally got down to what's inside. Now I don't know who packaged this thing, but I believe they took lessons from Mike over at Mike's Radio Repair. Because man, this thing was well wrapped. As you can see, it's got wrap all around it, and it's got cardboard on the front of it. And here's a spoiler for you. There's the back side of it. And on the top it says remove bubble wrap inside around tubes. So it looks like that the tubes inside have been bubble wrapped. So let me walk through this saran wrap, and then we can show you just what we have here. This is real exciting. And there you go, guys. What we have is the Hamlin HQ180. Now Mel's been telling me he's been looking for one of these for me. He was actually looking for the chocolate knob 140, but them things is about as rare as hen teeth and hard to find. And the HQ180 was one of the best receivers that Hamlin made. Now this radio, now you got to remember, is from the 50s, so she's been around for a while. But looking at the front of it, man, she is in great looking shape. Very clean on the front, not a lot of scratching or nothing on it. I mean, she just looks real sweet. Do have a bent knob right there we'll have to check out, but you look at the band spread, it's the dial looks real good in it. You see how meter looks real good. The dial looks nice inside, and it's even got the clock in it. Now I've seen several of these that did not have the clock. So yeah, she looks sweet. Man, this thing is going to be a excellent companion partner with my old Johnson rigs. I'll tell you, Mel, you pull one off on this one. This thing is just very nice looking on the outside. Now whenever you get one of these rigs, do not, if you bought this thing sight unseen, never ever plug the line cord in. In fact, you're probably better off to go ahead and just clip the thing off, because we want to do away with this old line cord anyway. Like I say, you're better off just to clip it off and do away with the line cord until you've gone through the radio. This way you don't accidentally plug it up, because you don't know the condition of this. Now I saw the eBay listing on this, and it was clock powers up, no other functions light up, all knobs seem to work. Well, we can verify that the knobs do work. VFO's a little stiff. All those seem to be good. Band spread tunes, power RF gain, range selector. I can only tell you it's dirty. It doesn't move like it's supposed to. I mean, it moves freely, but you don't feel that click into the band spread, so that's going to have to be clean. AF gain, main tuning. Knob is turning, but the dial is not moving, and that just could be something has stuck or frozen or come loose in there, so we have to check that. Send receive switch, calibrate. It feels a little loose. Now this is a very small bait light board on the back of this, and it don't take a lot for it to loosen up anyway. Antenna capacitor turns freely, but it's a little loose. Doesn't feel like that the nuts come loose. It actually feels like the capacitor may be broken. No problem, we got tons of those in stock. Noise gain works. That one works. Just push button up here. Seems to be okay. The only thing that tries this bent knob, and yeah, it doesn't turn. So we'll have to get that checked out, find out what's going on. Let's raise the hood and take a peek inside. Alright, sorry for the handheld view. As you can see, it's pretty much intact inside, and it looks real good. It's clean. What someone did though was repainted the inside, and it really doesn't look like they did it with aerosol. They might have done it with a brush, but yeah, it's clean. And you see the top of the power transformers, as you can tell, it's been painted. That's one of the capacitors that's in here. It's old can style. That old thing's got to be pulled out, and we're gonna go back with a Hasey Handfest style capacitor in there. In fact, I'll probably go ahead and order the whole kit from them. I think it's around 40 bucks for the capacitor kit. Not a lot of electrolytics in here to worry about under the bottom. We do have some molded paper caps that'll have to go, but yeah, she's intact. And you see that stuck VFO or main tuning knob. Knob works, but none of the mechanism is turning, so we'll have to get that checked out. But other than that, I mean, look, the clock looks almost great. Looks like a little bit of degradation going on there on the front dial. We'll be able to fix that and touch that up. But other than that, man, she is in pretty good shape. Let's get a look at the back side of it. Before we do that though, we'll take a look at the top. You can see the top looks good. Little rust spot there. We'll have to clean up and touch up. Other than that, top, sides of it, see how nice and shiny it is. It's kind of mirrored finish, you know, because the paint's pretty good and shiny. It looks real good. Taking a look at the back side here, you can see the decal with the tube location and stuff is still on it. Looks good, intact. This is our SO239 antenna connector. This is your wire antenna connector and your speaker jack. This is for the external relay. Everything looks good. Now I done took the screws out of this, but I'm not going to get into opening the case up today. We're going to save that for the restoration video, and to really tell you a little bit here. This is what we're going to do. We're going to take the power cord and we're just going to go ahead and cut it right off. We're not going to worry about turning it on or trying anything. Like I say, this thing was made in the 50s. This wiring in the bottom could already be deteriorating, falling apart. All you need to do is plug it in, blow it up, burn up the main transformer, and you're pretty much stuck with a real boat anchor. I mean, one that you can use on your boat and not on your bench to listen to. So yeah, that's what the plan is. Serial number 1769 for those that want to know. But yeah, she looks good. We're going to take this thing, we're going to strip it down in another video. We're going to remove all this silver paint inside. See, can't we polish the top of the chassis back up? Just a little bit of cosmetic on the case. Got a little bent corner there. There ain't no problem. We can fix that. But yeah, this is going to be a good restoration video to show. So there you go on that. You know, several things when you're looking at an older receiver like this. Like I say, this is one of the best receivers that Hamlin ever made. But there's a few known problems, and one of them is silver mica disease. Those IF coils, transformers inside are bad about getting silver mica disease. And what it is, they just got a little film of mica in the bottom of the transformer, and it's held all in there by a rivet, and it's in a little plastic holder that's sitting in there, and it's at the very bottom. And what happens is, over time, that mica has a it's like a almost like a sprayed on conductor, and it's held in there by the plates and with little prongs that hold it in, and that stuff starts degrading and causes the silver mica disease. So we'll show you how to go through that, check for that, and how to repair it. I'm pretty sure that this one's going to be no exception. You don't see many of them that doesn't have a little touch of silver mica disease in it. So we'll be going through that and showing how to repair all that. But yes, this is going to be a fun restoration project, and I want to I mean, the front end of it is just great looking. So this thing is worthy of going in and just taking care of whatever needs to be done to it, and getting her back in her old glory days the way she should be. So Mel, big thanks. One of the nicest Christmas presents we gotten this year so far. This thing is just really superb, and it should match up real good with the Johnson Viking 2 or the Ranger, but it'll probably be used with the Johnson Viking 2 the most. Big thank you on that, Mel. Big thumbs up to you. Okay, I went ahead and removed the cover because I wanted to get in there and just go ahead and look at the radio right quick. And while I was doing, I went ahead and fixed this little knob here. And what it was, the clip had fell out and was laying inside the chassis. And now you can see that when you turn, you'll see this little marker in this window move back and forth. So that's working correct now. And I found another problem inside and went ahead and straightened that. So now this main tuning is working with no problems. But let's go ahead and I'll turn it around. We'll have a peep at it. As you can see on the inside, it's shiny. It's really shiny, and you know, it doesn't look too bad like that. I mean, even looking in the camera, it looks almost perfect, but we know that all this is paint. It was all painted, and I would like to go ahead and strip this down and, you know, get the finish back on it the way it made it look, and just have to polish out this steel to make it look good. But it's not looking bad. Now you can see this thing is loaded with these IF coils and transformers, and then, you know, you got tuning transformers up here, and you got your two your band spread and your main tuning VFO controls in there, and there's a length of capacitors in this whole box from front to back. And we can see the clock mechanism over here, and let's go ahead and get it on the side, and we'll take a look at the bottom. So we're looking at the bottom of this old 1950s Hamlin HQ 180 receiver. Now this is just the plain 180, not the 80, the A or the EX. And we just want to, you know, it looks fairly decent in there. I will tell you what I think this was, just from the way it looks. I believe this is what we would call a barn find. Now the reason why I say that is that when I took this cover off, there was all this looking insulation stuff, and up here in the corner at the front, it looks a little bit wet, or has been wet. You can see where something has run down it, and you can see little problems here and there, which means that or mice have been in this rig. How they got in here, I'm not sure. It was pretty much cover was pretty much bolted on. We don't know how it was though when it was sitting in the barn or attic or wherever it was. But I do want to show you some more things that's kind of a giveaway. Also found some wheat straw. That's why I think, you know, it was a barn find. Okay, so if we zoom in here on some of the wiring that's in here. Oh, come on, focus camera. I'm sorry guys, it's getting kind of late at night, but if you look at this wire right here, you can see this is bare. There is no insulation on it. It has been gnawed off. Something has been chewing on the wiring. And look at this coax cable. See that? Let me get it focused. That is teeth marks from a mouse. And you can see they have eaten all the insulation off that piece of coax, and you see more teeth mark down here on this end. And I'm just taking a look on through it myself just to see if I'm seeing anything else. Okay, up here on this choke, this red wire that's on that choke, you can see it's been chewed on. And if you look right down the center, here where this band switch runs through, you can see we have some solid bare wire that's running here. This piece of wire, that was supposed to have been insulated because there's voltage on that wire. And if you look at it real good, you can tell that's a piece of multi-strand wire. Now this wire over here is a piece of solid wire. Well, this multi-strand wire has all the insulation has been eaten off of it. And I'm seeing other places throughout here that's the wiring has been chewed off. And now this is why I was saying you just don't grab an old radio like this that you do not know nothing about and start, you know, powering it up without getting in here and taking a look at it. If you look at this choke here in the back, you can see this paper has been chewed off. Luckily they didn't get much further past the varnish piece, but the outer piece of paper has been chewed off of it. So, you know, got a little work cut out for us. We'll have to get in here and clean this thing up real good and replace this bare wire. Now, somebody's done some wiring up here themselves. This is new modern looking wiring, and they've got it in shrink tubing. It's clear, but we'll have to get in here. And then there's another red wire here that is completely bare. You can see right there what's been gnawed off. So, you know, just be real careful messing with this kind of stuff, because, you know, yes, 110 volts. We have 300 or 400 volts from the transformers, and you know, if you come across this, you're going to have a bad day. So just be careful. You know, don't just cause someone said in the listing that they plugged it up, it powers up untested. You know, be skeptical. Just don't go yanking it in the cord in a outlet, because you might find out that your transformer goes up in smoke. Alright guys, I'm going to get some on rolls here, but I just had to know what kind of condition that this receiver was going to be in. Now, it would be no fun if we would have plugged the thing up and it would work perfect to start with, you know, because we want something to work on. So, and we got plenty to do here, getting this thing restored back to its original beauty. But you can see the dial lights on, and if you listen, you don't hear anything. Most of the time, if you look here, the clock Yes, the clock is running, but it's completely silent. It's not making any noise whatsoever. That is rare. Most of these clocks are going ying, ying, ying. You know, you hear that electric motor in it running. Kind of makes me wonder, you know, is this a low hour unit? But no noise from the clock. Very strange. But anyway, let's see here.
The pressure backcourt. Dribble down. Nichols does get it ahead, lobs it up, caught, but he can't control it, and Warwick comes up with the ball. The glass out of Foster's hand. Snyder dash on ahead.
It was your fail. And this is what I'm so excited about. The folks who I talked about. Oh, fantastic. He's up.
Well, guys, I can tell you that the thing is receiving great, even in the condition that it's in. It's just amazing. If it's, you know, picking up signal this good and not even doing anything to it, what is it going to do once it's been gone through and restored back and tuned and aligned like it should be? It is really going to be amazing to hear the quality of this receiver. I am just already blown away by it. Canada. It's there, I can hear it. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. And the only thing I've done to make this radio work was you turned it on. I put it on the Variac in the current limiting device, and no power. The clock would run, nothing else would come on. In here, behind here is a switch that is set where you can set this thing to come on at a certain time, and it will turn the whole radio on. So that switch is either dirty or something's wrong with this mechanism here, but it wouldn't come on. So I had to jump it out, and the whole radio was able to come up. Brought it up slowly on the Variac, but this was after going through there, inspecting and taking resistant measurements under tubes, checking capacitors, make sure there was no shorts, nothing that could cause that transformer to overheat. So it's always good if you do decide to turn one on, which I am against it, but you know, hey, I'm gonna tear it apart anyway, go through it. I just thought I'd go ahead and share it with you. This is one of these things we did take it apart before we turned it on, but you know, I went through it and made sure there would be no hazard in turning this thing on. Man, I'm glad I did, because now we know what kind of shape it's in. But cool old receiver. I love this stuff, and like I say, it's going to pair up real good with my Johnson transmitters. So it'll be real fun sitting down and going through this thing and bringing it back to life. Anyway, a big thank you to Randy, Dale, and to my good friend Mel for sending in these nice items. Again, if you would like the function generator, put in your comment in a giveaway, and then whatever your comment wants to be, and we'll do a drawing right around Christmas, maybe Christmas Day, to see who wins it. Again, I'll pay for shipping in the continental U.S. If it goes outside of the U.S., you're responsible for shipping and any dues. And we'll say if any of y'all are Arduino nuts and know a little bit about programming it with Arduino, contact me. I'd like to hear your thoughts and comments on that also, or leave your comments down below. I'll also leave a link to the EEVBlog where we've got a thread running on the ICOM 745. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little Christmas time here in the shop, and hope each and every one of you have a great Christmas and a happy New Year. And I'm pretty sure I will probably get another video or two up before the New Year. So until then, we'll see you later now.